So somebody you called out before here on the show finally came over to talk to you face to face to, I guess, squash the beef. This is your neighbor. You've got one that you love, you talk about adoringly, and then you got other ones that you flipped off in videos, which I assume this is the one you flipped off in videos.
Yeah, so the ones on the right we love.
Okay.
Michael and Patty, we love them. They're awesome. They're like family. The ones on the left, we've always just, I don't know, ever since he turned me into the HOA, he sent the HOA a video from one of Magnolia's parties.
Okay.
Where there were kids in my backyard peeing on my house.
Okay.
Not on his property, not on his house. But he has cameras pointed at my house. And he sent those videos into the HOA. And he knew I had beef with the HOA when he did that.
What did the HOA say to you?
The HOA was there's just another reason why they hate me. It's just adding to the long list of reasons why they hate me.
So you're enemy number one in that whole neighborhood?
No, just with certain people on the HOA.
Okay.
The old crotchety ones that don't want progress or change or construction on the golf course. The ones that wouldn't let me get my pool, even though I had the whole setbacks changed for the property because the lady that was running the HOA at the time, Connie, told me to.
Connie.
Frickin' Connie. Little did I know that Connie had her own war with the HOA, and she was just doing it to get their goat.
My goodness.
Oh, it's layered.
You got so much drama.
So much drama. But he knew this. My neighbor knew this because I told him this. Because we didn't have beef in the beginning. I was fine with him in the beginning. It was only after he turned this video over to the HOA that I was like, douche, you know I have problems with them. Why would you make them have another reason to say, oh, see, she's lawless over there. Got kids peeing on the side of the house. Meanwhile, that's what teenage boys do. They weren't peeing on your house. They were peeing on my house. So what do you care?
So you're outside.
I'm outside on Friday cooking crawfish, so I can't leave.
Yeah.
I'm literally bound to this spot with my crawfish.
It's a great time to get you.
Oh, I'm vulnerable.
So this neighbor comes over. What are you thinking as you're seeing this neighbor approaching?
I saw him, and, you know, I can't hide it on my face when I'm disgusted by somebody. It does not work well for me to, like, change. I can't change my face. I can't.
So you got a look of disgust as this guy's walking up to you.
He's walking up, and I'm like, what? That's all I said. What? And he's like, well, that's not a nice way to start the conversation. I'm like, dude, what do you want? I'm busy. What do you want? And he's like, look, I just want to squash the beef. He's like, I feel bad for what happened. I feel bad for how it went down. I'm like, yeah, you should, because you were a douche and you knew I had beef with the HOA. And he goes, no, I didn't. I said, dude, I told you about the setbacks, about the pool, about them not letting me, about the drama. They wanted to let another guy down the street encroach on his setbacks just because they liked him, because he was in the over 85 club and I wasn't.
Right.
Like, it was definitely, people were treated differently based on who you know and who you are.
Okay.
So he knew that, and he was trying to stand there in the yard and pretend like he forgot, like reminded him real quick, and he's like, oh yeah, that's right.
So he kind of knew in that moment that he really had escalated this war.
Yes.
Okay.
And he owned it, and he said he wishes he could go back and change how he handled it. He's like, look, I thought it was a teaching moment for my teenage boy. He's got teenage boys now, but they were younger back then. I didn't want, them to be peeing in anybody's yard. And I'm like, yeah, I get that. But be a man and come talk to me like a man. Don't turn me in tattletale style.
Right.
And by this time, I have my neck going. I'm all like...
He's got all kinds of different... Yeah.
Me now pissed again about it, reliving every moment.
Yeah.
And at the end, he was like, I'm sorry, that's how I handled it. I would handle it differently now if I knew. And I'm like, you know what? That's all you needed to say. You should have said this 3 years ago, you dumb douche.
So is there now peace
now
in
there's
Tequesta?
Peace. We shook hands.
Wow.
We shook hands on it, Kevin.
How long do you think it lasts?
Look, if he's cool, I'm going to be cool.
Okay.
I've been nothing but reactionary. If they want to be douches, then I'll be 10 times of a douche. But if they want to be cool, I'm all about cool.
Okay.
I don't want no war.
So it is settled. It's squashed. The beef is done.
The beef is done.
Wow. Okay. If this can happen, Virginia, there could be world peace.
If this can happen, then definitely other countries can come together. Russia, they can put down their guns. Definitely.
So this leaves us hope for Ukraine.
I see peace for Ukraine.
This is how we do. It's the KVJ Show.